Replay value does not define an album, but it is important. Let's talk about Kendrick Lamar's 2022 album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. In terms of the writing and the social content here, in terms of the honesty and vulnerability Kendrick brings here, this is a one-of-a-kind album, one-of-a-kind concept album in Kendrick Lamar's discography. There's no doubt about that. There's no taking that away from this album. But when I say that replay value is important, even the tracks that are important on this album, that are important to the narrative of this album, don't really keep me coming back. For example, Count Me Out, Crown, and Mirror, even from 2022 when this album released, were never really gripping to me. They were songs that I could appreciate the importance of the narrative, the importance of Kendrick claiming and defending himself as his own person, saying he's not our savior and all these different things. I understand the importance, but they're just lulls on the track list to me when I listen through. His singing is not the best. The instrumentals are weak. And although these are, again, important tracks, especially to the narrative, they're just not the best. You also have tracks on here like Die Hard and Rich Spirit, which are honestly, for Kendrick Lamar standards, more pop-appealing tracks, and they just didn't do it for me as well. And I do love this album. I even have it on vinyl. Let me say that. I do love this album. I think it's amazing. But I do think it's overrated because of the content within it. But you can't rate an album just on the importance of the content. Execution is important as well. And like I said, this album has weak productions at a lot of points. It is not bringing me back. You have low-key bangers on here like Silent Hill with Kodak and N95, which are very fun moments for the album. And some of the other important moments on this album are also really great sonically. The intro, United in Grief, is amazing. The honesty is bold. The production is unique, and I love that song. Father Time with Sampha is a one-of-a-kind track in hip-hop. It is grand, and it is honest and raw, and Kendrick delivers it so well. It's a perfect song, in my opinion. You also have tracks like Auntie Diaries and Mother I Sober, which, again, hit on very hard-hitting, deep, thought-provoking topics. They're not something you could listen to lightly. But in the context of the album, I enjoy listening to them because of how raw they are, how honest and important they are. In comparison to tracks like Mirror, Crown, and Count Me Out, which, even when I'm listening to Mr. Morale, are lulls. These tracks, maybe I can't listen to them in the car, right? But they are not lulls for me. They are not weak points. They are the cruxes of importance of this album. And an underrated track here, of course, is We Cry Together, which features an amazing rapping verse from Taylor Page. Now, this track I replay, which some of you guys might think is crazy, but the beat here by The Alchemist is too good. And again, this is just another raw performance. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is a very raw album. It's honest, and that's what makes it such an amazing album, but it has weak points.